Well, hey y'all, welcome to a Saturday Suds on Uncle Bub's Bell Buckle Beer Reviews. I got a ladybug on me there. Get out of here. What I've got for you today on a Saturday Suds is a brew from the Burial Beer Company out of Asheville, North Carolina. I had a Burial beer last Saturday, and it was a dry hop Pilsner called Vivid. Well, this week I've got one called Our Hearts of Ruin dry hop Pilsner. Don't know the difference. It says on the back of it here, we are shepherded along the path to rumination by a jagged view of comfort. Our first ever West Coast inspired lager returns with our newest crop of most pleasing hops, mashed with Pilsner, double dry hopped with new harvest Matuka and Hallertau Blanc, 5% ABV. Brewed and canned by Burial Beer Company, Asheville, North Carolina. Illustration by David Paul Seymour. Government warning, all that kind of good garbage. All right, so that is everything. That's all the information that's on the can. But I'm going to show you the artwork here. It's a raggedy, moss, slime-infested guillotine with some kind of, I don't know what kind of bird that is on top of it, but Our Hearts of Ruin dry hop Pilsner. I don't know if y'all can actually see that can. See that artwork there? Like a guillotine. I don't know what kind of bird that's supposed to be on top of it there. It's not a raven or a vulture or anything like that. Anyway, thought it was interesting. I made a trip to Murfreesboro and got a bunch of different beers, and I picked up these Burial beers. They were in singles on a single end shelf there at the Total Beverages there in Murfreesboro is where I get these. And they always usually have a section where it's just single beers you can pick up. I give $5 for this one. It ain't but a 5% ABV, but I just picked them up because they were different, something I'd never tried, but I didn't really pay any attention to what they were. This one has a November 25th, 2024 Love Stinks. And that's something I've noticed by the Burial Beer Company. They'll put some kind of statement along with the date code. Last week it was She's Always Right or something like that. And this one says Love Stinks on it. But this was actually probably canned on November 25th, 2024. So it's a year old almost. Well, today is November the 8th when I'm filming this, so it's almost a year-old brew. And it's a Pilsner. The experience I've had, y'all, with some Pilsners that are old, like older Pilsners like that, is a lot of times they're hazy. And to me, it just don't seem right for a Pilsner to be hazy. The dry hop may have something to do with the haziness that was in last week's. I'm interested to see if this one's going to be hazy as well, because it's almost a year old. Whatever. I'm going to drink it anyway, unless it really tastes bad. Typically, beer has a 6-month shelf life, give or take a little bit, unless it's, above a certain ABV, namely about 8. If it's above an 8% ABV, it can usually age, but less than that, who knows? I've had some beers that have been 2 years old that have tasted fine, and I've had some that taste like crap. So let's see what we've got today. Man, it's almost clear pouring out of the can there. Beautiful light straw gold. I can't really tell what color it is on the camera there. I can't see it. I can see images through it a little bit. Yeah, I can see images through it, but man, that sun makes it look like a light straw gold on this side of the camera. But y'all, it looks a little darker, possibly I got glare, so I can't really tell. Anyway, just a little bit hazy. Now, that aroma. That aroma has a hoppiness to it, and I'm sure I'm getting the hoppiness from the dry hopped, the double dry hopped feature that this one carries. Double dry hopped with Montuca and Hallertau, and a stupid Asian beetle. Man, them things like to bite you if you ain't careful. They look like a ladybug, but they're orange with spots instead of red with spots, and they're Asian beetles of some kind. The suckers will bite you. That one just lit on my wrist and started. I could feel it. He was starting to bite me already. Anyway, all right, let's get a taste of that head. You can see that. See the lacing already? Webbing, whatever you want to call it. Around top of the glass there. Still got quite a bit in here. This is a 16-ounce can. I'm going to give it a good swish before I pour the rest of it off in there. I can't tell if y'all can see that or not. It's a cool looking can. The artwork is awesome. David Paul Seymour did the artwork for the can there. But it's with the sun shining through it, it looks yellow. But I can't tell what y'all can see on the camera because it's got too much glare. Let's get a taste of the head. The head, when you first take a slurp of it, it's like nothing, no big deal. But in the finish, it has, you get just a slight lemony flavor and then some nice bitterness when you finally push it down. I like that. A little bit of lemony and then some bitterness. Man, that's good. That head's delicious. I like that. Alright, got a little bit left in the can. Let's go ahead and swish it and get the rest of it off in here before we decide to chug it. That seemed to haze it up a little bit more. Yeah, it hazed it up quite. I can't see images through it anymore. That hazed it up quite a bit, that little swish. I got spider webs. What the hell? Where's that spider coming from? Looks like he's coming from my camera, but I don't see one. Maybe y'all can see that. I can't tell if y'all can see it or not. Dadgummit. I love the flavor of that head though. That's good. Alright, so this burial, our Hearts of Ruin dry hopped, double dry hopped Pilsner at a 5% ABV out of Asheville, North Carolina, is for all American workers. Hey, I love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for the hard work that you do to provide for yourselves, your families, pay your own damn way, just like I do. Not depending on our stinking, worthless government for anything. Cheers, brothers and sisters. Man, that's good. It doesn't remind you of a typical Pilsner. It's not got a whole lot of bitterness in the finish, like like your typical. I don't say typical. I mean, from where I judge Pilsners by Pilsner Urquell, the original Pilsner, it does not have the sharp bitterness in the finish. But man, the beer itself is just smooth and delicious. It has a crisp and clean flavor, easy going down. It's freaking delicious. It doesn't have the bitterness in the finish, maybe just a hint, but not much at all, but it's still just a delicious brew. I'm gonna score it an A. If you see any Barrel brews, I don't care what you see by Barrel Beer Company. If you see something by them, give it a shot, if you ain't never. I hadn't been disappointed in anything by them. The label on this can it's just an aluminum can. It's had a stick-on label put on it, which I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's got a little scan code here that you can like do your thing with, but I'm not going to show it to you because YouTube is an asshole about that kind of stuff. It wants to ban your videos if you do that, so I'm not going to do it. But search Barrel Beer Company on Google and look at their website. Man, they have got all kinds of beers up there, and just unique artwork on the cans. And the beer itself I've had from them has been delicious. So if y'all see some Barrel brews, give them a shot. If you ain't never. If you want to. Alright, y'all, that's been a Saturday Suds this week. I'll be back next week for a Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Probably going to be doing it from inside because it's supposed to turn off cold. That's why I got out here while it was warm to do some videos, because it's probably going to be the last chance I get to. Alright, y'all. Love and appreciate y'all. Y'all stay tuned. Take care. Cheers. Man, that's a delicious brew.